I have a son, and his gift is he's able to read people very well. He can read how people feel about him. Probably is his number one gift is he can read a room, and he can read how people are feeling. This is nice. When I'm mad, he can read that, and he can, I guess that's probably pretty easy to read. But the one thing he can definitely read is he can read how people feel about him. So let me explain. Every teacher he's ever had, I've gone and told them ahead of time, whether it's a teacher at church, a driver's ed teacher, a teacher, at school. And I've gone and I've told them, listen, if you want, this child, if you want them to be good, behave, be great, I'm sorry, but you've got to love them. Because he can discern BS. And he can discern that if you're just, or if you can't stand him, he can discern that. And guess what? He'll be a billion times worse. So he has this gift of being able to read other people. Now, why is this so important? Why does it matter how people feel about you? Well, you should really, what do I tell my kids all the time? You really shouldn't care what people think about you. But if someone's trying to teach you, does it matter what they think about you? And I'm here to say, actually, it really does. Because like my son, if someone doesn't sincerely like him or love him, he will not listen to one word they have to say. And don't you find yourself doing that? Don't you find yourself that if there's someone you don't like, you're not going to listen to them? And if they know you don't like them, are they going to listen to anything you say? So what's my point in here? Why am I sharing this? I'm sharing this because as someone who has taught in many different aspects of life, in whether it's I'm teaching adults, whether I'm teaching children, whether I'm teaching in a religious setting, whether I'm teaching in a school setting, whether I'm teaching, to adults, but not religious things, no matter what, I have found that the way I can be the best teacher, and this is me, but I think this is something we all could use. The way I can be the best teacher is to pray to love those people. Now I'm hearing you say, Kate, pump the brakes. Okay. You want me to pray to love kids I don't know. Well, let me explain what I mean by that. I mean, if you can use them by names, and I've talked about this before. I had someone in one of my classes that was very difficult. And I just dreaded this person being in my class. And when he was there, and then he would raise his hand and I'd go, ugh. So how am I expecting to have a good lesson? I started praying for that person specifically by name. Please soften my heart so that I can learn to love this person. And some people are harder to love than others. I think I might be a hard person to love. I do. I think I might be. And I understand some people are hard to love. And so it's so important to do that, to pray. And the thing is I noticed a huge difference. Not only did I gain an additional friend, but it was something that was so out of my comfort zone to love this person that I knew it was only from God that I was able to do it. Okay, another example is in the workplace. Is that hard? Is that hard? I mean, think about it. If you're ever in a meeting and someone that drives you insane, they go to speak, they may have the best idea in the world, but you may not listen to it. Or maybe they don't like you and you have the best idea, but they're going to shoot it down just because they don't like you. So my husband, that he's had this problem throughout times in his career. And I'm like, honey, you got to pray. So, obviously you don't want to love them. I mean, I guess you can, but you've got to pray that you can discern what they're trying to say or accomplish. And that's something I've seen actually work for him. That as he's prayed, like, please help me to not be prideful and help me to discern what this person may be saying, or to see their motives, or to be able to understand. And it's made a huge difference. And the thing is that person may see that difference and then they change. Or maybe they something, you see a huge difference. Now, when you're a student or you're in the audience, I really do believe you can either send love towards a person or you can just send anger. So the next time you're somewhere, and I don't even know where, but where you're hearing someone, try to think love. I mean, think about it. That's the second commandment, to love your neighbor as yourself. And so when someone's teaching, if you're the teacher, pray for those that you're going to be teaching. I don't care if it's in school. I don't care if it's in work. I don't care if it's in church. Pray for them that maybe their ears will be open, that they will be able to know, that they'll be able to help you, whatever it is. And second, if you're the learner, do the same. I'm not saying everybody's going to love you as a learner, but you can give love to someone who's teaching you as opposed to giving anger or just standing in, I don't know. So that's what I would love for you to think about that. Think about it, because it just makes things a lot better. I'm not saying you have to agree with them. I'm not saying we should all think the exact same. As a matter of fact, I don't think we should. But let's try to just be nicer to each other. And that way we can all learn and grow together. I hope this helps. I hope this made sense. If not, if it made no sense at all, let me know and I'll try to answer your questions. Thanks. Thank you so much for watching or listening to my podcast. You can find more podcast or videos at perfectlypattytalks.com, or you can search me up on Facebook or Instagram at Perfectly Patty. Thanks again.